This is Common Sense, and I'm William Ferguson. Recently, there was a debate, argument, or what have you, at the White House over a CNN reporter asking about the immigration reform bill. And he made a fool of himself by asking the question, do we only let in people from Great Britain and Australia? Because part of the requirements anymore through this new bill is that you speak English. And the spokesperson for the White House was correct in that Great Britain and Australia are not the only two countries that speak English. English is the second language in a lot of countries just because that's the way it is. English is a fairly easy language to learn, and so people speak English. People from America have traveled to many countries, and so in order to help the English speakers, people speak English in other countries, it helps their tourism. Now, the CNN reporter was arguing about the poem at the base of Statue of Liberty. Bring us your poor, your huddled masses, so on. And the argument there is null and void. If you want to argue about why are we restricting immigration into the country, okay, when that poem was put on the Statue of Liberty, we hadn't even gone through World War I yet, okay? So basically the population of the United States was quite small, and in comparison to what it is today. So the population was rather small back then, and there was no violent threat to the country or its citizens, basically. Pretty much all that wanted to happen was people wanted to come to America, assimilate into the society, work, speak the language so that they could get by, live, practice freedom. Now, there are areas in the United States, in the big cities that I've lived in, there has been Chinatowns, there's been little Mexicos, there's been little Italys, there have been German sections in towns. So, yes, the people that came over here, they brought their customs, their food, their dances, their traditions, their everything with them. And because they fit in together, Germans fit in with Germans, Poles fit in with the Poles, the French with the French, and so on, they formed small neighborhoods of certain countries, Germany, Poles, and such. Now, that was then, okay? This is 2017. The world changed when the first plane hit the first tower in New York City. Okay? So, now we have people that want to cause harm to the United States as a whole and to the individual citizens. So, no, we are not going to let in just anybody that wants to come here so that you can do whatever you want in our free country. Now, it's a free country because there are laws, and we follow the laws. When you follow the laws, you live in peace together. Naturally happens that way. But when you don't follow the laws, then you have anarchy, chaos. You can't live in peace like that. So there has to be laws. That is common sense. And with laws comes a leader. Thus, a president. He leads us. And a president is not like a king. The king in most countries, at the time of the writing of the Constitution, the kings, if you said something against the king and he didn't like it, he'd kill you. That's it. Plain and simple. That is why we have the First Amendment, the right to a freedom of speech. It was also during that time that if anybody wanted to go into your house, as long as they had any kind of military, policing, knighthood, whatever, lordship, anything, they could just walk into your house, take anything they wanted. So the Second Amendment was written in, stating that we are allowed to have firearms to protect our things. Basically to protect us from the government, so that the government can't just walk into our house and take what they want, nor can anybody else. Second Amendment. And the amendments following that in the Constitution are because of where the Pilgrims came from. And we knew that we didn't want that in our country. We wanted freedom. We wanted to be free. And a way today for us to be free is to keep people out of the country that want to cause harm. And I heard the argument about, well, you don't want Muslims in here because you're prejudiced against Muslims. No, that's not the point. The point is we don't want people coming from countries that are harboring violent people, criminals that would come here for the specific purpose of causing harm. We don't want that. In fact, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, her IT guy, he, it seems as though, was here to do that because he had access to a lot of government computers and laptops and offices and all kinds of stuff. And who knows what he was doing and what was sent where. Now, it's said that there's some things in a cloud server somewhere so that I guess he can just pull it out and bribe somebody to say, hey, you know what? I got some stuff I can sell you. Well, he can't do that now. He's in jail. So, but the thing about this immigration is we can't just let everybody and anybody in. And it makes sense that you speak English when you get here, that you have skills so that you can get a job when you get here. I certainly don't want to pay to have somebody here that's just going to lounge around and collect money from the government. No, because they're not collecting money from the government. That's our taxpayer money. That's our money. So, yes, I agree with the immigration bill because of security reasons and economic reasons, and don't throw the prejudice crap at me, because that's the way you fake news people and the liberal Democrats, you operate that way. If at first you don't succeed, throw in the prejudice card. Works every time. Well, no, common sense says you're full of it and we're tired of it. So just stop, okay? Do something else. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching.